I hope you're excited because you're going to create your first countdown, and I promise you're going to be using this a lot in your website. So the first thing you need is a countdown.html file with an script tag linked to this countdown.eas file, a paragraph with the ID countdown, and here we will display the time left. So it will say X days, X minutes, X seconds left. Okay, days, sorry, hours, minutes and seconds left. Okay, like this. This is the message we want to be updated every second. So now we're ready to go to our countdown right here. What we're going to do is to create a new date. So this is going to be the date we want the countdown to finish. Okay, so it's going to be the end date. You know how to do this. We create a new date instance. And in this case, I'm going to console.log it so you can see what we are doing. Right now it's creating the date that it's right now, okay? But we don't want to do that. We want to create the date the countdown is going to end. So let's do it a couple of days from now. For example, November 14, 2024 at 8 p.m. for example. Okay, so we have the time created, November 14, 2024 at 8. Great. Now we need to create the interval. So this updates every second. So we're going to create a set interval. We're going to pass a function called countdown, and it's going to run every second. Let's declare the function countdown, and let's console log the end date here. So every second we have a console log. Great, it's working. The first thing we need to do is to create a new date called now. Okay, so we are going to create a new date, and this is going to be the date that it's right now. Remember, we do this inside so it updates. Look, second 45, second 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. If we do this outside the function, it will be always the same time because it's only generated once. We need to generate it every second. So we do it inside the function countdown, which is inside this interval that is running every second. So the next thing we need to make is subtract, calculate the difference. Difference, I think it has 2F, difference, which is going to be the end date, which should be bigger, minus now. Okay, this won't work. Okay, let me show you. Okay, it's working, but the best practice is it? Yeah, it's working. Okay, so we see this unit right here because it's milliseconds. So the right here it's changing every second. Okay, but it's a good practice to get the time. Okay, because otherwise we don't know if it's what we are getting. Okay, so we need to make sure we are getting the time in Unix timestamp. Okay, so now we make sure it works the way we expect. Okay, we have the difference. Now we need to know those milliseconds, how many days, how many hours, how many minutes, and how many seconds are. So for this, we're going to make a simple operation. In this case, I'm going to say const days is going to be the difference divided by 1000. So now let me console log days. Okay, sorry. Let me console log days. In fact, well, let me console log days at the moment. Okay, so right now we have it in seconds. You can see it because the last unit is changing every second. 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, if we multiply it by 60, every minute has 60 seconds. So now we have minutes. Okay, if we multiply it by 60 again, now we have hours. If we multiply it by 24, because every day has 24 hours, we have days. 3 days left. Is it correct? Well, today is 11, and in 3 days it will be 14. Great. Now I'm going to make the same with, instead of days, I'm going to say hours, minutes. I think minutes is like this, right? Yeah. And seconds. You might think I'm stupid, but remember, English is not my main language, okay? So I'm going to console log all of them. If you console log them inside curly braces, it's as if they were it's an object, okay? And you can see one next to the other, okay? So I'm going to say days, hours, minutes, and seconds. Okay, so they are displayed this way. Okay, so days, hours, minutes, and seconds. We can see all of them one next to the other. But of course, this won't work. Okay, here if I divide it by 1000, it transforms these milliseconds, which we have here in the difference, to seconds. Okay, so in fact, only doing this, we already have the seconds. If we divide it by 1000 multiplied by 60, we have minutes. Multiplied by 1000 by 60, we have hours, and then we have days. Okay, this data is correct, but we have a problem. Let me add more time. Okay, so it only, sorry, no, it will. Let me show you like this. Okay, so we have one problem because these seconds includes the days, includes the hours, includes the minutes. Okay, so every time we get, in this case, the days, we only have to get the hours from this extra time. Okay, so we have 3.2. Okay, so we have to get 3 days and the hours inside that 0.2. Okay, so let me show you here in a comment. Okay, so if we want to transform 70 minutes to seconds, sorry, 70 minutes to hours, how do we do this? Well, we divide 70 by 60 and we get 1 point something. Okay, in this case 1.16. Okay, like this. The hours, when we get this, okay, the hours is equal to 1 because there is 1 hour inside that 70 minutes. And because this is a simple operation, we know that minutes is equal to 10. But why? Well, because what we do is we multiply 60 by 1 and then we subtract it from 70. So we get 70 minus 60 multiplied by 1, by this value, by the number of hours. Okay, so instead of 70 we have 130, it will be the same but 2.16. So, okay, so we will have 130 minus 60 multiplied by 2. This will be equal to 10 minutes, which is the same. Okay, 60 multiplied by 2, which is the number of hours. Okay, we have 2 hours and 10 minutes. Okay, so here we have 2 hours, 10 minutes, and here we have 1 hour, 10 minutes. Okay, do you understand this? So for this, we need to know the remainder. The remainder is calculated in JavaScript with this modulus operator, okay, with the percentage character. Okay, if we say 170 modulus operator and 60, it will gives us 10 minutes. If we do this 130 modulus 60, it will give us the same. Okay, so this operator right here, which is called the modulus operator, gives us the remainder. Okay, let me show you. Okay, so we have 3 point something. If I say instead of this in the hours, I'm going to make this, but I'm going to add the modulus operator. Okay, so we have the in milliseconds the remainder of this. Okay, in fact, if I transform this, all of this, only the remainder, to days again, you will see that it's 0.19. Okay, which is the same right here. Okay, so we have days 3.19, hours 0.19. So the only thing we need to do right now is this remainder, which we are transforming it into days, transform it into hours. So right now we have 3 days and 4 hours. Okay, 3 days and 4 hours. I hope you're understanding this. I know it's some complex math, but well, it's the way it is. But now we are getting 3.19 days, and we only want the number 3. So for this, we use what is called math.floor. So it rounds it to the unit. Okay, and we are going to floor all of this, and now we are getting 3 days, and we are going to make the same with the hours. Okay, so we have it like this, and now we have 3 days, 4 hours, we have what we need. And we only need to copy this to the minutes and to the seconds. But instead of here dividing instead of getting the reminder of the days, we're getting the reminder of the hours, and we are transforming it into minutes. And the same we're going to be doing here, okay? So we are getting the reminder of the minutes in this case, and we are transforming it into seconds. So now we should have 3 days, 4 hours, 43 minutes and 56 seconds, 55, 54, 53, 52, 51, 50, etc. We already have a timer. Right now, we only need to display this in the paragraph, and that's it. We can do it in 2 ways, okay? So I'm going to delete this, okay? So we know I'm going to leave it here because maybe you want it later, okay? So I'm going to create a constant called message, okay? And we can do it in 2 ways, okay? Let me say add here hello, okay? Because in order to show this message in this paragraph, the only thing we need to do is we need to get, which I'm going to do right here at the top, okay? Here, const paragraph is equal to document. You already know how to do this. Get element by ID and its name countdown, okay? Because this is the ID we have used here, okay? So we have this paragraph, and now I'm going to say paragraph dot text content is equal to message. So you can see it will change. Kairos property null. Okay, paragraph dot text content is equal to message. I make some mistake. Okay. Okay, I think because paragraph can, well, we can use inner HTML. Maybe this works. Kairos property null. Paragraph document get element by ID count. Okay, count down. I misspelled here. Okay, great. Don't worry. Text. We can use text content. Should work. Okay. These are mistakes you can also make. Okay, so make sure to check your code. Okay, so we are getting the paragraph and we are adding this message, which is hello. Okay, instead of adding this hello, what we're going to do is we are going to add the seconds, okay? And you will see it will change 56, 55, 54, etc. We can concatenate elements, so I can add here a string that says seconds left. Okay, so now we have 44 seconds left, 43, 42, 41. Okay, it's working. And I can even add minutes, add another string which says minutes, comma, plus seconds. Okay, so now we have 41 minutes, 28 seconds, 27, 26. Okay, so we can create a message like this, adding variables and strings to create a full message. But this will get very long. So there is an easier way to do this. Instead of using double quotes or single quotes, we can use backticks, and we can add the character, the dollar sign, open and close braces, and add the word, our variables, and then add a string, okay, seconds, without needing to add this character right here, the plus sign, okay? So now this also works, as you can see. This is easier because we don't have a lot of signs, plus signs, and strings, variables. We have everything inside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the full message. In this case, it's going to be the number of days, okay, open and close curly braces. I'm going to say days, comma, the number of hours, then add the text hours, comma, the number of minutes, add the word minutes, and the number of seconds left. And we have the countdown working. We can check this if you want. Instead of 14, I'm going to add 15. And you will see it's 1 day more, 4 days. It has now 4 hours. If I add 1 hour here, we have now 5 hours. So it's working perfectly. But what happens if this, when the countdown ends? Maybe we want to display a message, okay? So that's what I'm going to do. Before everything, okay, before getting, making all this logic right here, I'm going to check if the distance, okay, if difference is mine is smaller than 0, okay? This means it's a negative value, so the countdown has ended. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say paragraph dot text content, and I'm going to say the promotion, the promotion is over, okay? So, or offer expired, okay? So when the countdown ends, it's going to display this message and it's not going to continue. In fact, what we can do is, so it doesn't continue, is return, okay? When you do this in a function, it stops, okay? At this point, okay? So the function will go from up to down, okay? From the top to the bottom. So it will do this line, it will do this line, it will do this line, it will get here, and when if it hits the return, it will stop, okay? And it won't continue. But we also don't want to continue the interval, okay? This interval. So we can say clear interval right here, and pass the function we want to clear, okay? So we can clear the interval like this, but that's more advanced, so I'm not going to go that way, okay? So with this is enough, because every time, even if the interval is still working, every time it hits this part right here, it won't continue, okay? So let's check this. Imagine we say November 11 at 15:32, okay? So it will be some minutes, sorry, 22, okay, 23. It was the opposite, okay? So now it has 51 seconds. Let me 22 and 40 seconds. 25 seconds, okay? So in 20 seconds, this should display the message offer expired, and it shouldn't be working, okay? It should only show that message. So let's see if we have done it right. I hope. 10 seconds, 9, 8, 7. Remember also this, the modulus operator. 4, 3, 2, 1. And now it should say offer expired. So it's working as expected. You have a countdown, and you can make it not only so it ends in a certain date. Maybe you can do it to end every Monday, because you have some methods right here to get the day, get the year, get the month. So you can make it. You can make a countdown that resets every month, or every day, or every week. So you can make anything you want with the knowledge you have right now, and you can show with conditionals, with all this logic right here, you can make it as you want.